आ गया? Am I audible, guys? Hi, hello, hello, folks. Am I audible? Hi, 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 Ritesh. Hi, Mayuri. Hi, Pridhi. Hi, Aniket. Hi, Ritesh, Nidhi, Shagun, Anshika, Naveen, Nidhi, all. Hi, all. I guess I am audible. Good evening, everyone. So yes, so today we will start with something like we will start with some basic of quant. So what exactly we are going to do? So you know like how important is like some sections. So we'll definitely give you a brief understanding about a little bit about percentage and all of these things. So our session is more or less about how we do with percentage, and we exactly learn something about percentage. So that is all about today. So I hope like all of you guys are here right now. So I'll start in another 1-2 minutes. Exactly. So basically um, some important notifications about CAT is what exactly we try to do while we solve quant, what exactly we should keep in our mind, what exactly we start. So basically, you know, from like we start with generally for numbers, but initially I'll give you a little bit idea about percentage, a little bit about of majorly percentage, because we have done something on like DI, we have done something about like the basic kind of calculation. So today's class is basically based on something which is, can you hear me? Am I audible, guys? Am I audible, everyone, perfectly? Voice is low. Okay, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Is it fine? Am I cool now? Am I cool, guys? Voice is good. Audible कितना लो है? अभी ठीक है अभी? Just a sec. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. आ गया? Voice low. Is it good now? ये तो सही है ना? It's like fine, but the voice is low. Am I audible? Everyone, like, can you hear me properly? Yes. Let me give you. We are trying to fix it. Um, I think voice is low now. Let me. I hope. Give me a couple of minutes. So we are. Our technical experts are trying to enhance the voice capacity of this mic as well as the system. I hope they are doing it fine. So for that time period, like we are trying to. Is it good now? I guess not yet, because I am like my voice is high, so it might be the problem with the receiver, I guess. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, yes, it has a little bit of problem. I can see also. Hello, hello, hello. Am I now is it audible? No, I guess so. It's not audible properly. Yeah. Hello. Yes, we are trying to fix it. Just few minutes. Hello. ABC, 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 ABC. Is it ठीक हुआ? Is it fine now? ठीक है? Hello, 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 hello. Am I audible now? Am I audible? Am I audible, guys? So we will fix it and we'll start very soon. Apologies for the delay due to the technical difficulties. You know, like we are generally sometimes getting challenged by technology. But yes, we will sort it right now and right here. So, एक बार check once in comments whether they can hear me or not. So let me give you a certain briefing about like myself, like I have got numerous times 99 percentile as well. Now is it fine? Audible? Okay, I guess it's fine now. Still low voice, someone is saying. फिर से बोलो, hey, very low, voice is very low. Is it cool? Is it cool now? Is it audible? Audible, audible, audible. We have increased our full volume, but I guess still it's somehow, the voice is not very audible. I understand, like, yes, you are facing problems. Please check in YouTube as well. How is the volume? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Just give us few minutes. Am I audible now, guys? Let me know whether I'm audible or not. Yes, we will be starting very soon. Let me know. Yes, fine, audible, all of you. Cool hai, clear hai. Shall we start? Okay. I will start now. ठीक है? Please. Perfect. So what exactly we are trying to do today? Like we have started, I have started telling you exactly what we are going to do, which is we will learn the basic of spatially percentage. So it's just like, you know, like the pre-class. So we are not going very deep. We are not going very deep in percentage, but we will learn something more or less about percentage. I'll give you like an idea exactly what we are going to do in our classes, especially. So trust me, this thing we are not going very deep, and important thing is there also. What we learn today, it's also going to help you somewhere in basic percentage in DI as well. So please pay proper attention so while we are understanding things. And I'll take one section of percentage, we'll do 2, 3, 4 questions also based on that. And I hope you will love and you'll enjoy like exactly how these things are happening. So let's begin then. So the first thing we are going to do, like let's start with this. So the first thing is, let's say this is a question. The side of the square is increased by 10%. What is the percentage increase in area? Let's say this is a question you have got. It's a basic percentage question, right? Like the side of a square is increased by 10%. What is the percentage increase in area? Now just tell me what can be the answer. What is exactly be the answer? What should be the answer according to you? Like the side is increased by 10%. So what is the percentage increase in area? Now think about it, it's a square, and what is the area of a square? Area of a square is a square. Like if the side is a, then what is the area? The area is a square. So now with the help of this thing, you need to tell me what is the percentage increase in area if the side is increased by 10%. Now how we solve this type of questions in generally, like I have seen like you get answer like 21, 12.1, 21%, okay, a square, yes. Exactly solve this type of question. So let's begin. The first thing we are going to do, like if 10% increase in side, that definitely doesn't mean the side is increased by 100%, right? So 10 square is 100, you cannot say the answer is 100%. So what exactly this is happening? Yes, you guys are correct, the answer is 21%, but how it is 21%? So think about that. If let's say the side is increased by this, so this is the new square, the dotted one. Dotted one is the new square, right? Now if dotted one is the new square, the first thing we need to learn from here, like let me do one thing. Let's say if these two sides are only increased, these two sides, right? I just increase this side and this side, let's say. These two sides are only increased, then the percentage, then the increase in the square must be like this, right? Clear? If these two sides are increased, this two, then the side increase must be like this one. So this one will be increased when these two sides are increasing. This one will be the increase when these two sides are increasing. But if you have this thing, the red part thing, this will not be a square. So what exactly we need to add? We need to add this extra part as well. That is geometrically, that is by seeing the square, we can obviously tell that this part has to be added also, just to make it a square. Because otherwise this thing cannot be a square, right? If you see this part, it is not a square. So I have to add this smaller thing. Now think about an easier way to do. Let's think about the side of A is 10 unit. How much it is? Let's say it is 10 unit, right? If the side is 10 unit, the first thing you need to understand, so what is the area? The area is A square, which is 100. So this is given, let's say. So I have assumed the side has 10 units, so it is 100. Now if A is 10, it is increased by how much? So 10 is increased by 10%. Now if 10 is increased by 10%, so what is the increase in 10? That is 10 into 10 upon 100, which is 1. So that means side is increased by 1. So side initially was 10. Now the side has increased by 1. The new side A dash is basically 10 plus 1. So we can say this particular portion is 1 unit, right? Think about it very properly. So this particular side is exactly 1 unit, right? So if this is 1 unit, so if I need to find the area of this rectangle, so this is 10 unit and this is 1 unit. What is the area of this rectangle? That is 10 square unit, right? So this is 100, so this is increased by 10 square unit. So similarly, this area, this is also 1, and this is 10. So this area will also be 10 square unit. So this is 10 square unit, and this is also 10 square unit. But think about it, this is 1, this is 1. This is 1, this is 1. So this is a square, and the area of this square is 1 square unit. Am I clear? Am I clear, guys? So first what I have done, so I have just increased these two sides. So that will give me another 10 increase in the area. Next we have increased these two sides. We are adding 10 increase in area. Next we are adding this particular square which has 1 unit length. So the area of this square is 1. So this is 10, this is 10, this is 1. So what is the increase? 21 is the increase. So if 100 is increased by 21, what is the percentage increase? 21%. That is just by seeing this question you can solve this type of question. I hope you understand like what exactly we are trying to do here. So we are exactly trying to make you like visualize how exactly is 21% and why exactly it is not 100%. But there are other method also. The other simple method, if you say like the side is A, so what is the area? A square. Now if A is increased by 10%, what is the 10% of A? That is A into 10 upon 100, which is 0.1 A. Yes. If A is increased by 0.1 A, initially it was A, now what is the area? 1.1 A. Now what is the side? Sorry, 1.1 A. If 1.1 A is the side, what is the area of this? That is 1.21 A square, right? So initially the area was A square, now the area is 1.21 A square. Now think about it, in A square, how much it is increased? 0.21 A square. So in 1 it is increased by 0.21, so in 100 it is increased by 21. So anything converted into 100 is a percentage. So what is your answer? That is 21%. So yes, I am explaining in English only. So I will explain everything in English. If you have any problem, we can use some Hindi as well. Otherwise, I'll try to explain most of the things in English. So this is how it works. I hope you have understood like exactly how it is happening. What exactly I have got from this entire thing. So either you can take it A, you can take it 10, you can take it anything, but still you get the answer more or less. I hope you have understood this. So next is obviously the next slide. So I have all of you have understood the same thing. So let me erase the link. Now what is the shortcut for solving this type of question? Now you can see one formula here, the shortcut for solving this type of question. Now this is known as successive. Why it is known as successive? The reason because first it is an area, so it is a side into side, A cross A. So this is increased by 10%, this is also increased by 10%, because all the sides increased by 10%. So whenever we can have this kind of things, like the sides are increased by 10%, so we can use this direct formula also. This is known as formula for successive, which we will also learn. So if you use this formula, put M as 10, put N as 10 also. Because if you think it is the length or it is the breadth, so length is increased by also 10% and breadth is also increased by 10%. Am I clear? So if both are 10, so your answer is 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 upon 100, which is nothing but 21, right? So if it is 21, how we get 21 you have understood? Like just by using this formula also. This is known as formula for successive change. Now as because it is increased, it is 21%, so it can be decreased also. It can be increase and decrease also. And where exactly we can use this formula also? I'll give you one other example as well. Let's think about you invested 100 USD in Dow Jones. You invested 100 USD in Dow Jones, right? In the first year, you got 10% return. In the second year, you got 20% return. So first year you got 10%, second year you got 20%, right? The first year you got a 10% return, second year you got a 20% return. Now my question is, what is the overall percentage return you have already got from this? So what will be your answer? So what will be your answer, guys? So what I have said, like the $100 I have invested, so initially it is increased by 10%, then it is also increased by 20%. So my question is, what is the overall percentage increase on my wealth or on my dollars? So how you solve this type of question? The first thing you have to understand one thing, like if I have invested already 100, so the first year, what is the return? That is 10%, which is 10. So it has become 110, right? In the next year, the 20% return, the answer is 32, yes. In the next year, the 20% return on this on 110, obviously, because you are not getting the return on 100. Whatever you have invested, you guys are absolutely correct. The answer is 32%, perfect. But whatever we have invested 110, already after the end of first year, we have 110. Now the increase is on this 110, right? So what is 20% of 110? So 20 upon 100 into 110, which is nothing but 22. So how much it becomes? 132. So what is the percentage increase? 32% increase. Why 32%? Because 100 was initially, now it is 132. So what is your percentage increase? That is 32% exactly. So now you have to understand one thing. Can we use successive to solve this question or not? Yes, we can use successive to solve this question. Sorry. Now if I can use to solve this to successive, so my answer should have been 10. First increase is 10%, next is 20 plus 10 into 20 upon 100. So I'm using successive. So m is basically 10 and n is basically 20. Because first it is increased by 10%, second it is increased by 20%. I can directly use this formula and I'll get the answer 32% also. So without doing all this calculation, you can use this formula directly. So this is one particular technique of using percentage to ease the calculation as well. So this I'm using the successive formula. This formula is known as successive and we can directly solve these questions by using this particular formula. So please understand, whenever we have this kind of question, we can use this formula. Now I have given you example for 2 addition. Now let me give you some other example. Now think about a rectangle, right? In case of this rectangle, let's say this is the length. So length is increased by 10% and breadth is increased by 20%. So what is the percentage increase in area? Similarly, the same question like the previous question. In the first year, it is increased by 10%. In the second year, it is increased by 20%. It is same as length is increased by 10% and breadth is increased by 20%. Because what is your area? Your area is nothing but LB, right? Now if area is LB, is a product form, so what I always can do, I can always use successive also. So the answer will be 10 plus 20 plus 10 into 20 upon 100, which is 32, right? So this is one way to solve this question. Or also what you can do, you can think about like, let's say this is 20 and this is 10. So 20 and 10, so what is the area? The area is 20 into 10, which is 200. Now 20 is increased by, I'm taking any number, right? So 20 is increased by how much? 20 is increased by 10%. So what is the 10% of 20? 10% of 20 is nothing but 2. So 20 is basically increased by 2. And what is the increase by breadth? Breadth is basically 10, so increased by 20%. So 20 upon 100 into 10 is nothing but 2. So breadth is increased by 2. So what it is become? That is 22. This is 12. So 22 into 12 is how much? It is 264, right? So initial my area was 200, now my area is 264. But do not think the answer is 64%. Why the answer is not 64%? Because the first thing you have to understand, we are calculating on 200. So 64 is basically increased on how much? 200. So in 100 it is into 100. So your answer is 32. I hope I have made you understood exactly how this thing's happening. Do you understand this, how we use successive? So successive is also a very important thing because it is generally used in so many cases. Let's say in SICI we are going to use successive. In population growth we can use successive. In expenses we can use successive. Somehow in some type of question where there is a lot of mix of percentage, profit loss, discount, in all of these things we can use successive, right? Now think about a scenario like this, where the length is increased by 20%, but the width is decreased by 10%. So length is increased. Yes, we will discuss those things later, but just see about this. Now the length is increased by 20%, the breadth is decreased by 10%. Now what is the percentage increase in area or decrease in area? How you solve this question? Length increased and breadth decreased. The percentage increase in area. How you solve this question? The answer is not 32% because this is increased in 20%, it is decreased. So this is minus 10. The downward side is basically decreasing. So it is decreasing by 10%. So your answer should have been 8%. How you solve this thing now? Your formula is same. Your formula is m plus n plus mn upon 100. This is the same formula you have always, right? But in this case, this is minus 10 and this is plus 20. So use the same way, plus 20 plus minus 10 plus 20 into minus 10 upon 100. So this is nothing but 10 This is 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. So it is minus 2. So 10 minus 2, that is 8. So as because it is positive, so the answer is 8% increase. So very important thing you have to remember, whatever the final thing is there, if it is positive, it is increase. If it is negative, it is decrease. So this is very, very important, right? So whenever I'm increasing it, it is positive. Whenever I'm decreasing it, it is negative. So this is the final thing about this formula of successive. Increase positive, decrease negative. Clear, everyone? All of you? So let's go for the next one then. Now think about a particular case. Think about a case like the rise of petrol price. Like we all know like the petrol price is rising since like long, like whenever you remember. So let's say we do a question based on just this price only. Like how we basically deal with these things and what exactly a general middle class family will do. Let's say what we generally do, if the price is increased, we try to get less. Now this question is exactly based on this. Now what is the answer? Think about it, it's like a very same question. Like ऐसा होता था ना कभी, like when like we used to go to school, like let's say the price of Coca-Cola increased, so we have to drink less amount of Coca-Cola because the pocket money is fixed. So when the price is increasing, you always try to increase your pocket money as well. So this, but if the pocket money is not increased, you have to adjust everything in it. So then you need to decrease your like expenses or cut off your something. So this is the same kind of situation where we use this particular thing. Now tell me what is the answer? Answer for this thing. Due to 20% increase in petrol price, a man reduced his consumption by 20%. What is the percentage change in expense? Answer folks, what is the percentage change in expenditure? That is like, if it is 4% decrease, like whenever you are saying 4%, you have to mention whether 4% increase or 4% decrease. Because something you have to remember, like it's increasing, decreasing is very important factor here. So there are two ways you can solve it. Like first I'm solving it in a generic way. Let's say what is expense? That is price into consumption, right? Expenditure is nothing but price into consumption. Like the people who have studied commerce, they must have known it. Like what is expense? Like price into consumption. Now think about if the price, so think about the price is 10 rupees per liter and the consumption is let's say 10 liter. ये generally होता नहीं है. 10 रुपया per liter तो कब था मुझे भी नहीं पता. So I haven't known, but let's just think about it because I need to use the calculation very easy. So what is the price into consumption? That is expenses, that is 100. Now this is increased by how much? 20%. And what is 20% of 10? 20% of 10 is nothing but 2, which is rupees 12 per liter. And the consumption is decreased by also 20%. So what is 20% of 10? That is 2. So that is 8 liter. So it has become now 96. So what is the decrease? That is minus 4. When minus 4 is decreased, out of 100, the answer is 4% decrease. So without even using the formula, you can solve this type of question, right? So in this case, you can see like I just take 10, 10. Initially, I increase it 12 per liter and decrease the consumption by 8, by 2. So what is 12 into 8? It is 96. And what is 96? It is 4% decrease, that's it. That's the first thing here. But remember one thing here, I can use the formula also. If I use the formula, then what is the answer? That is 20 plus minus 20 because 20% increase. So this increase is 20 and this decrease is also 20 plus 20 into minus 20 upon 100. So if you solve this, this thing gets cancelled out, so they become minus 4. And what is the meaning of minus 4 I have told you? Minus 4 is always 4% decrease. So hence the answer is 4% decrease. I hope you are getting it. Like this is like the very basic thing I'm trying to teach you because this is something which you are going to use it again and again and again in a lot of cases. And we have to use it in so many other arithmetic sections. That's why we are starting with this basic successive. So let's go for the next. Now think about it like your expenses is fixed. Think about this case. Now think about the family needs to restrict his expense. Like you cannot change your expense. If you are expending 100, you have to expend 100, right? But if the price is increased, you have to decrease your consumption. Initially, if I've seen, like if I'm increasing it, then decreasing it, it is 4% decrease, right? Now what I'm saying, like you have increased the price, but your consumption is fixed. Now the question is just the opposite. By what percent you need to decrease the consumption so that your overall expense remains perfectly constant. Now how to solve this question? How to solve this question, guys? What is the answer? I guess one have answered this question. Indian Ocean. I don't know how the name works like Indian Ocean. All of you guys, what is the answer? I get one answer from yes, perfect. So again, we kind of solve this question in the same basic way. There are so many other ways to solve this question, trust me. When we learn base change, we can use base change to solve this also. But now, because we have not learned base change, I'm using successive to solve this question only. So I'm using whatever we have learned to solve this question. So think about the decrease is x. What is the decrease? The decrease is x, right? Clear? So if the decrease is x, so it is increased by how much? 20%. So it is 20% increase, right? Now let's say it is decreased by x%. So this is plus minus x, right? So because decrease is x, so that's why x I have taken like the positive thing x. So that's why I'm doing minus x. Then plus 20 into minus x upon 100. This is by successive formula. But overall change is how much? There is no change in overall. So overall change is 0. Because if it's restrict his expense, if the expense is same, that means the overall change is nothing. If the overall change is nothing, it should be equal to 0, right or wrong? So there is change of expenses is 0% because this thing is basically change in expense. Change in expense. So if there is no change in expense, so it has to be 0. Now if I solve these questions from here, so my answer will be 20 minus x minus this gets cancelled minus x upon 5 is equal to 0. So 6x upon 5 equals to 20. So what is x? That is 16.67. So this is the answer. So what is the answer? 16.67%. So remember what exactly we are doing here? We are trying to figure it out how exactly we use this portion to solve this question. But remember one thing, whenever we have found this type of situation, so we can also use something called base change. We can use something called base change to solve in a single line also. But we are not learning this today. We will learn this thing in arithmetic obviously. But for the time being, as you have already learned what is successive, I am exactly using successive to solve this question. I hope everyone have understood how I can use successive directly or indirectly. This is the example of indirect use of successive. Am I clear? Everyone? Is it fine? All of you? So this is a very simple concept I'm trying to teach. I'm also trying to show you how exactly we teach these concepts because this is something which we generally use in a lot of ways, like successive. So please understand successive perfectly. 6x by 5, yes, I'm telling you. So this is basically, so I can say if this thing goes in this direction, so it will minus become positive, that is x, and this minus also become positive. So minus becomes positive, x plus x upon 5 is equal to 20. How it is? Because this x is going in this direction, this is also going in this direction. So when they change the side from equal to, it becomes positive. So if I have this thing now, so what is x plus x by 5? So 5 is your LCM. So this becomes 5x. If it is 5 LCM, so x is 5x. By 5x by 5 is actually x plus x. This is equal to 20. So this thing we can write 6x upon 5 is equal to 20 and you can solve it like this. I hope I have make you understand like how exactly this thing is happening. Is it fine? All of you guys? Clear? Perfect. The equation is 0 because the change in this thing, no change in expense. So when there is no change in expense, so there is no change in your overall cost. If the overall cost has no change, because after equal to it is what? Like the change in expense. You remember when I have done 20 minus 20 in the previous question, if you see the previous question, so after this thing what I get? Minus 4. Minus 4 is what? 4% change in expense, 4% decrease in expense. But in this case, it is 0 because there is no change in expense. Because after 0, it is basically the change in expense. not the change in either price or consumption. Am I clear? Akash Rohila, have you understood why it is 0? Yes, that is a shortcut also, yes, numerator by denominator plus numerator, but we are not going in that direction right now, because right now we are also only focusing on successive. Am I clear, everyone? Akash Rohila, is it clear? Why it is 0? So let's go for the next thing. So this is obviously called successive, I have already told you. Now think about another special case. Now let's discuss one particular question. Where we use it generally, I have told you we use it generally with SICI, with this kind of question like expense, with kind of questions like especially population growth. We use it also in discount. So these are the basic examples where we use generally successive. This is the basic example where we use successive. Clear? Now think about something next, obviously. Now think about a scenario. Think about a scenario. Let's say you are going to get a particular thing for yourself. Let's say you want to buy something in a sale. Okay. And right now it's like now let's say the big billion day sale is coming, and obviously you have like saved a lot of money to buy something, because we all saved money to buy in this kind of sale. And it is said in that big billion, it is 60% off plus 50% discount. 60% plus 50% discount. Like 60% is given by Amazon, let's say, and 50% is given by, let's say, ICICI Bank credit card. Okay. Now my question is very simple. What is the effective discount? What is the effective discount if you are getting a discount of 60% from Amazon and another 50% discount from using ICICI Bank credit card, let's say? Now the question is as simple as that. What is your effective discount? 110%. Is it the answer? The effective discount is 110%. What is it? What is your effective discount? Guys, 70%? No. 80 might be. Now some people, if you are thinking the discount is 110%, like you're just adding it, 60 plus 50, kya problem hai? Add kar dete. Let's add it, because this is summation. So add this discount, 60 plus 50, so answer is 110%. So what is the problem in 110%? Now remember, the problem in 110% is, it's a very fictitious thing, right? Think about it. If the price is 100 and you are giving a discount of 110, so what the price becomes? Minus 10. That means when you are buying a product from Amazon, Amazon is giving you 10 rupees back if the price of the product is 100. But you are getting the product or you are getting money also, like let's say like kind of celebrity. Like you are getting paid to use that brand. So this is not general case, right? So that's why this is not, should not be the answer. So the easiest way to understand this type of thing, to think about the price is, let's say 100. So what is the first discount? 60. So minus 60. So that is the 60% discount. So what is the price now? 40. So first given a discount of 60%. So after 60% the price becomes 40, right? Now out of this 40, what is the discount I am taking from ICICI Bank? 50%. So what is 50% of 40? That is 50 upon 100 into 40, which is 20. So I am getting another 20 rupees discount. So what is the price now? 20. So 20 is the actual price what I am paying, and what is the actual price of the product? 100. So what is the discount? 80 rupees. So this 80 rupees discount on what? 100. So what is it? 80% discount. Am I clear? 80% discount. So think about it like this way. First 100 becomes 60 discount, so it becomes 40. Now in 40 you are getting half discount, which is 20. So when 40 is getting 20% discount, it becomes 20 again. So what is your actual discount? It was 100, now it has become 20. So your actual discount is 80 on how much? On 100. So 80 out of 100 is how much discount? 80%. So this is one way to solve this type of question. But this is not ideally we solve this question in this way. The way we solve this question is by successive. So how by successive? M plus N plus Mn upon 100. Now think about it in this way. Think about it like M, it is negative. So discount is a negative percentage obviously, because 60% discount matlab we are decreasing the price. We are decreasing the mark price, yes or no? So whenever there is a discount, the price is decreased, so it's a negative percentage. So use negative, minus 60 plus minus 50 plus minus 60 into minus 50 upon 100. So if you solve this thing, you'll get minus 110, and this minus minus is what? Positive. What is minus 60 into minus 50? So this minus minus gets cancelled out, so it becomes positive, so 0 0 gets cancelled out, so it is 30 plus 30. So what is your answer? Minus 80. And what does it mean by minus 80? Minus 80 is nothing but 80% discount. Am I clear? Is it fine, guys? So in this way also you can solve this type of question. So the easiest way to solve this question is always use successive. Otherwise, if you have any problem like thinking, visualizing, you can take 100 and solve this type of question. And trust me, in percentage, lot of questions can be solved by using 100 only. And it is one of the biggest hack of percentage. You can just assume a value and you can solve the question. Like sometimes we have, you know, like we cannot get rid of x. Like x is the variable, I mean, not your x or some my x like that. So think about it in that way. Like you have to get rid of your x to move on. So now it's the same thing. You have to get rid of algebraic x to solve this type of question. A lot of people have a tendency to use all the algebraic variables, but not now. From now onwards, we need to use 100. We need to use much more generic way of solving. So please do not use this thing. It's clear, everyone? Perfect. Cool. So if it is good, now think about another case. Let me give you another case. So the cases are very important. Why? Because it will give you a lot of idea about what exactly is happening. Now think about something like that. It's basically think about a case where let's say you need to buy another pair, like two pairs of things, like, right? So let's say one for you and another for your, let's say, better half, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, right? Now think about it, like let's say you need to buy a t-shirt and then you're buying another, let's say, top. So let's say if you're a girl, you're buying a t-shirt, another. If you're a guy, you're buying a top. And I'm saying all of these are, let's say, heterosexual relations. Take care. So don't think like we can need to buy two t-shirts also. So if it is a t-shirt and top, think about in t-shirt I got a discount of, let's say, 40%. That is 40% discount. In top I'm getting a 60% discount. Now my question is, what is the overall discount percentage? Can you find it? Can you find the overall discount percentage? In t-shirt, yes, you can use any method. The second method is a better method to use, yes. So obviously, so in t-shirt you have got a 40% discount and in top you get a 60% discount. Don't think like you're buying your own product in less discount, you're buying the other one's product in more discount. It's not like that. I'm just giving you one example, nothing related to the real life. So the thing is that you get a discount of 40% in t-shirt and get another discount of 60% in top. Now question is, what is your overall discount percentage? What is the overall discount percentage? All of you guys, overall discount percentage. I have not got any correct answer yet. And trust me, this question has been asked in IIM Lucknow interview. So in IIM Lucknow, they asked me this exact question, another question also, but this was one of the questions. So it's not about how well you versed with CAD. It's not only about that. You can get questions, especially this kind of questions in your interviews as well. So think about it, like how you solve this question. And let's say you're getting it in your IIM interviews. And what exactly you'll do with this question. So how about it? The answer is yes, not possible. Why the answer is not possible? Think about it. First, you don't know the price of t-shirt and top first. So I'm just giving you two examples. Let's say the price of t-shirt is 100 bucks. The price of top is, let's say, the price of top, let's say 100 bucks. So the total price is how much? 100 plus 100 is 200. Fair enough? So the total price is 200. Now let's think about, like you're getting a discount of 40. You're getting a discount of 60. So what is the total discount? That is minus 100. So 100 rupees is discount on 200, which is same as 50% discount, yes. When the price of two products are 100 and 100, basically same, then my answer is 50% discount. Exactly. Now think about it, your price of t-shirt is let's say 100 only, but the price of top is let's say 200. So in 100 what is the discount? 40. In 200 what is the discount? 120. So what is the total price? Your total price here is 300 and your total discount is minus 180. Now what is your exact discount percentage? That is 180 upon 300 into 100, right? So 180 upon, yes, 180 upon 300 into 100. Now if you see this thing, so what is your answer? Your answer is something around like, I guess there is any mistakes, yeah. 100 is getting discount of 40%, that is fine. So this is 40, like, so I'm sorry, this is 160. So your discount is 160. So it is nothing but 160 upon 300 into 100. So what is your discount? That is 160 upon 3, which is 53.33%. Yes? And if the discount is 53.33% and here the discount is 50%. So that means depending on the values, your percentage discount changes. And you cannot use successive here. Why? Because these are two different products. Remember, we cannot use successive in two different products. We can use successive in same kind of product. Let's think about area. Area is of a same rectangle or same circle or same, let's say, square, everything. It is on the same thing. So it is length into breadth and product form. Let's say the condition of discount, successive discount, where the discount is first 50% and 60% discount on the same thing. If the discount is happening on the same thing or it is happening in a product form, then only I can use successive. Otherwise, you cannot use successive. So please be aware of that, where we can use successive and where we cannot use successive. Very, very important here. Very, very important, right? Because a lot of people have missed, lot of people didn't get these questions correct because they don't understand where exactly you have to use successive. So I hope I have made you one thing very clear, how to use successive exactly and what is basically the problem of using successive everywhere. Like this kind of question, you are not supposed to do successive. Sometimes you have to be very smart to answer this question because sometimes the question cannot be determined. So you need to be very careful like what values are given and how can you use this value. Because ultimately you are going to do an MBA, right? And in MBA you have to make choice. You have to understand whether the data is sufficient or data is insufficient, whether you can solve this question or you cannot solve this question, or you can keep this question, keep this problem. So that's why this kind of questions are very common. And that also shows your presence of mind as well. So yes, Kashish, I'm explaining it again. So what I have said, like the t-shirt, let's say I have taken 100 and 100. The price of t-shirt is 100, the price of top is also 100. So first case, this is 40 discount. Second case, this is 60 discount. So what is the total discount? 100. So the total price is 200. The discount is 100. So what is the percentage decrease or percentage discount? That is 100 out of 200 into 100, which is 50%. Now I have changed the price. I have to change the price to 100 is t-shirt, 200 is top. Obviously I can change the price because I have not said the prices are same. I have just said two products. So if the prices is different, so in 100 what is the discount? 40. In 200 what is the discount? 120. So what is the total discount? Minus 160. Now 160 is discount out of how much? 300. Because total price of product is how much? 300 obviously. Now if it is 300, 160 out of 300. And what exactly it is? 53.33%. So Kashish, what I am exactly trying to say, like if the price is not given, you cannot assume the prices are same. And also this is not the example of successive because it's not been happening in the same thing. So you have to understand where we use successive and where we cannot use successive. I hope I make all of you guys clear. If you have any doubt, just let me know. All of you. Is it fine? Is it good? Any problem? Shoot me. Well, not shoot me directly, but shoot me questions, what I mean. So please don't think like I'm asking to shoot me. Yeah, not like that. Is it fine, folks? Shall we go next? Say yes, no, anything. I'm not sure, like there might be a problem in like this. So let's go. So let's go next. So now we are going to discuss 1 to 3 questions mostly. Location. Cool. So now next. So next, let's go for some other problems. Think about something more. Let's think about election. Like right now, it is election time. So I will give you one question and I'll tell you how a CAT question can be solved without even solving the question. So think about this question. Election day, obviously. So a question banta to hai ek election ka, obviously, because election chal raha hai. This is the election time and IPL time. Both are happening together. So yes, let's think about an election question. Now read this question carefully. I'm out of the screen. Please read this question carefully. The question states the number of votes not cast for the PNC party, the number of votes not cast for PNC party increased by 25% in the national general election over those not cast for in the previous assembly polls. The number of votes not cast for PNC party increased by 25% in the national election over those not cast for it previous assembly polls. And the PNC party lost by a majority twice as large as that by which it had won the assembly polls. And if a total of 260,000 people voted each time, how many people did vote for the PNC party in the previous assembly polls? And the option is also given. It's a CAT question. 1,10,000, 1,50,000, 1,40,000 and 1,20,000. So how we solve this type of questions? Everyone, any answer for this? All of you guys, what is the answer? How to solve this question, folks? Shall we discuss? Now think about a case, right? So our objective is how to solve this question without even solving the question. Now see how a CAT question can be solved also. Like understand the method only, right? Now it is basically first I'm writing it down in a tabular format. I'm writing it down in a tabular format. See how it is happening, right? So let's say this is first election, this is second. So total voters are how many? 260,000. So 260,000 are the total voters. Total voter is 260,000. Okay. And this is, let's say, like the PNC party, and this is the opposition party. And this is difference. So I have made these 3 columns and 2 rows. So first election, second election, PNC, difference and opposition. Right? Clear? Now think about how we can solve. Now first thing you need to understand, like the previous election, matlab the first election is basically being won by PNC, right? The first election is basically being won by PNC because you need to understand one thing. They have voted for previous assembly polls, so the first election is won by PNC. So this election is won by PNC and this election is won by opposition. That is given, right? Now the second thing what you need to understand from here, it's like the total population is 2,60,000 and it is given the person not cast for the PNC is increased by 25%. The first it is given the person who didn't vote for PNC is increased by 25%, right? Like let's say the opposition, that means the opposition party's vote is increased by 25%. Am I clear? So if it is, and assume this is a, like say, two-party election, let's say, this, just take this assumption, obviously. So the opposition's vote is increased by 25% from this information, right? And it is also said, and the PNC party lost by a majority twice as large as that by which it had won the assembly polls. So if he has won by X, so he has lost by 2X, right? If PNC won by X votes, then PNC won by X votes, then PNC lost by 2X votes in second election, right? So the difference is basically being doubled. So these are the things you need to understand first before solving this question, exactly what is happening. First, the opposition's vote is increased by 25%. First. Second, the difference, the PNC won by, if it is X votes, now it is lost by 2X votes. So this is all been given in the question. What you need to find? You need to find PNC's this one. So this particular field you need to find. Am I clear? So first to find your objective. The objective is very important, what exactly you are going to do. I hope you have understood the question, right? So what is happening? The opposition's vote increased by 25% and PNC, if it is won by X votes, now it has lost by 2X votes. So this is given. Now the first important thing here is if PNC won this election, if PNC won this first election, PNC has to get more than half of the votes. Yes or no? If there are 2,60,000 voters have voted each time, so PNC has to get more than half to win this election. Yes or no? More than half. And if PNC won by more than half, so PNC has to get 2.6 lakhs by 2, which is 1.3 lakhs. Yes or no? Because if PNC won the first election, PNC has to get 1.3 lakhs. Has to get more than 1.3 lakhs, right? Now think about the options. This 1,10,000 cannot be the answer because it is less than 1.3 lakhs. This 1.2 lakhs also cannot be the answer because it is also less than 1.3 lakhs. Am I clear? So your answer has to be between these two. Now think about it, this bigger question gets in a very smaller thing and we have only this option left. Now we can check this thing with the options also. Clear? So this is a question which is best suited by solving with options. Best suited. Now how we can solve with options? Think about it. Let's say I take option C and see whether everything holds true or not. Like everything, like if after 25% increase, it should be X and 2X. So we just need to check one thing. If it happens with one thing, that is the answer. If it is not happening with, let's say, option C or option B, then that is not the answer. The other one is the answer. So it's only one check you can solve this question. Am I clear why it is one check? If you, let's say, if I take it 1,40,000 and every information holds true, that means this is the answer. If not every information is holding true, then the other one is the answer. So it is either B or C. So let's think about taking a one value, that is 1,40,000. So if 1,40,000 is PNC got, the opposition got 2,60,000 minus 1,50,000. So which is 2,60,000 minus 1,40,000. Now how much votes the opposition got? That is 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 is the votes got by PNC. Opposition. PNC's opposition. Am I clear? So by how many votes PNC won? PNC won by 20,000 votes. Clear? So if PNC got 1,40,000, opposition got 2,60,000 minus 1,40,000, which is nothing but 1,20,000. And if it got 1,20,000 opposition, so the difference is 20,000. Clear? So PNC won by 20,000 votes. Now it is given that the opposition's vote is increased by 25%. How much it is increased by? 25%. So what is 25% of 1,20,000? 25% of 1,20,000 is nothing but 30,000. Now PNC is won by 30,000 more votes. Like now sorry, not PNC. Opposition's vote is increased by 30,000. So what is now opposition votes plus 30,000? So how much it is? 1,50,000. So opposition now got 1,50,000 votes. Now if opposition got 1,50,000 votes, what is the vote of PNC? That is 2,60,000 minus 1,50,000. What is it? 1,10,000. So the opposition's vote is 1,50,000. PNC's vote now it is 1,10,000. So by how many votes PNC lost? 1,50,000 minus 1,10,000, which is 1,50,000 minus 1,10,000. So what is the answer? 40,000. So PNC lost by how many votes? 40,000. So PNC lost by 40,000 votes exactly. So this is also according to the question. If PNC won by X votes, PNC lost by 2X votes. So everything is at par with the question. So what is your answer? Your answer is 1,40,000. Am I clear? Everyone. So I've got time to make you explain everything and every step. I hope you have understood how exactly this question is being solved. Is it clear, everyone? Is it okay? Is it fine? Any doubt? Just let me know. Any doubt? Have you understood this process entirely? I'm siding just to make sure you are seeing the question entirely. So I hope all of you have understood this question. Those who are asking me to explain, yes, I'm also explaining it again. So what I have done, first though, I have understood what is PNC, what is difference, and what is everything, right? Let me use another color of pen. So I have find PNC, difference and opposition. Opposition vote is increased by 25%. And PNC, the difference, like PNC won by let's say X votes in the first election, second election PNC lost by 2X votes. As simple as that. Clear? Perfect. So the next is if PNC got, let's say now I know the total vote is 2,60,000. So what is the half of 2,60,000? That is 1.3 lakhs. So if PNC won the first election, PNC has to get votes more than 1,30,000. So if PNC has to get votes more than 1,30,000, so this answer is cancelled, this answer is also cancelled. So what exactly the two answers which is we are having, that is 1,40,000 and 1,50,000. These are the only two answers we need to deal with, right? Is it clear, everyone? Those who are facing problems in solving, is it fine? Is it clear? Now think about it, like if I get these two examples, let's say those two options. So I can check with this option also, or 1,50,000 also. With 1,40,000 is has to be the case. Then it is the answer. Like if 1,40,000, if it occurs with all other like details, it is at par with all other details, then the answer has to be 1,40,000. Okay. So what I have taken, 1,40,000 is the vote of PNC. So the opposition vote is 2,60,000 minus 1,40,000, which is 1,20,000. That is the opposition votes. So PNC is won by 1,40,000 minus 1,20,000, which is 20,000 votes. Clear? Now the opposition's vote is increased by 25%. So what is 25% of 1,20,000? That is 30,000. So in the first election, opposition got 1,20,000. Now it got 30,000. So it has now got entire 1,50,000 votes. Now if the opposition got 1,50,000, what is the vote of PNC? That is 2,60,000 minus 1,50,000, which is 1,10,000. Here it is 1,10,000. So by how many votes PNC lost? 1,50,000 minus 1,10,000, which is 40,000. And 40,000 is double of 20,000, which is according to the question. Hence that is your answer. It is not necessary, but if you are going to solve it with equation, it takes a lot of time. It's a big equation, you have to solve everything, but if you do it like this, you can solve it in, let's say, 40-45 seconds only. So that's why it is always easy for using some techniques. We have it because if there are two parties, one party has to get more than half of the votes, right? So the total 2,60,000 hai, and there are only two parties we are contesting. So the one party has to get more than half of the votes. And what is half? 1,30,000. So one party has to get more than half of the votes. Clear? Any other? Do you have a shortcut? This is the shortcut. It's a cat question, yes. All of you guys, I hope you have understood. You can solve this question by ratio, but still that was a bigger method. This is always the easiest and the fastest method to solve this question. Harsh, you just go through one thing. This class will be available in YouTube. So what you need to do, you need to go back once. And just in your leisure time, just get understand how I solved it. I'm sure you'll get this question. Danny, what are you saying? Why majority is written? Majority is written. I don't understand your question. Yes, I have told you, you can solve it, but that is also a bigger question and we can solve this way in any other class, not today. I'm just showing you how you can solve this question just by checking options also without any prior knowledge. Then I didn't get your question also. Okay, Harsh, thank you. Perfect. Because this is not a very complicated thing. I try to write it very clean and clear. So please go through once. I am sure you'll get it. The new batch will be starting from the next week only, bro. Like it's from 6th, so that the new batch starts. So this is all about mostly today's class. This is what exactly we are trying to do. Like it's a basic of percentage. Now I take your questions also. If you have any question, you can ask me. The digital calculator in CAT exam is the scientific one, simple embedded calculator. Achha, Danny, this question is like this. Measure it by a majority twice as large. Majority twice matlab PNC, let's say, won by X votes, but in the next election, PNC lost by 2X votes. That is the meaning of majority. Yes, class is over for now. This is all about today's thing. I'll take your questions, obviously. So if you want to leave, you can leave as well. I hope you have understood exactly what we are trying to solve here. And please remember, we are going to do this kind of classes. Or let's say we are starting with from next Monday only, and where we start with numbers. So yes, and in between we have the pre-classes, we have all the group things, we have the other things also in Notion. We can practice one more question if you want. Let's give you one more question then. Solve this question. If you want to solve this question, you can solve this question. Perfect, Aniket. Perfect, Aniket. Aniket is like the Bengali way of saying this thing, I know. Vishal, how to maintain a strategy for revising the completed topics again. So you have the gift material, so in between you need to keep doing this and doing this. If someone is asking to solve a question, I have given you a question. In between, I'll answer the question, and at the end I'll solve this question as well. So if you can have any question, you can ask me the question also. Yes. It is not applying in different product. Remember, it never applies in different product. Yes, Rishikesh, you are perfectly right. This is also a CAT question. How much time should be dedicated to complete full quants from iQuanta? We will finish it by August, September. And please start working with the non-engineering videos. Those who are joining right now, please go through the non-engineering videos of numbers. The non-engineering video will be available in dashboard. If you are not getting it, you'll get those videos also. The video suggestion we have in our non-engineering videos, so you can watch this non-engineering videos, guys. Private groups will be, it has already on process. I think you will get access within a couple of days, 1-2 days mostly. So it's just this question I'm solving it. The easiest way to solve this question is it is A upon B plus C is equal to B upon C plus A is equal to C upon A plus B. So what I can do, I can add all these things. If I can add all these things, so it will become, that is A plus B plus C, because that is the property of ratio. You can add everything. So A plus B plus C upon, if you add the denominator, that is B plus C, that is C plus A, that is A plus B. So it has become A plus B plus C upon twice of A plus B plus C. Now, if A plus B plus C not equal to 0, then this thing can be cancelled out. So what is your answer? Half. If A plus B plus C not equal to 0, what is your answer? Then you can cancel this thing directly, you get your answer half. So what you need to do, you need to just add all the numerators and add all the denominators. And you can solve these questions very fast. So this is also a CAT question. So yes, anything else guys? Anything else you want me to tell? You can, you're welcome. Yes, I will tell you the complete set. We have provided a video of this complete set also. First, you will do with non-engineering videos. Then we'll go with the live class, then the application class, then the practice sessions, then your own practice. Then you'll also take the topic-based tests, based tests, and in this way you finish all the topics, all the chapters, and after that you will take mock. Then you will prepare, then you analyze, then you will again prepare, again analyze, again taking mocks, and at this way you will be perfect for the next CAT. You will get practice question in your dashboard. That is you will understand. So a lot of questions are there. This is the one property of ratio. You can solve this question by taking K and all of these things also that you can do. But that is a difficult process and a lengthier process. So this is how I say, some question you can just directly see and you can add it and you can solve this question. Each day good to practice is 40 to 50 questions. Best book for quant, if you ask me here, I will obviously say iQuanta books. Thank you Priti for complimenting. Thank you others also. Arun Sharma quant is good for practice, not bad, good for practice. But do not practice too much in level 3. Mostly practice level 1, level 2 only. In application classes, it is basically the student driven class. So you will get a question, you will answer or you solve, and after some point of time, they will, after 2-3 minutes, they will also give you a video solution or the solutions, and it goes on like this. So this is all about the application class. It's 1 by 2, which is half, not 0 by 2. A plus B plus C and A plus B plus C gets cancelled out. Dharya. A plus B plus C and A plus B plus C get cancelled out, so it's become half, 1 by 2. We will discuss all of these things in class, don't worry. This is just the pre-class, this is just the basic. You can directly buy iQuanta books from the website, or you can directly call them, so they will help you how to buy this. Yes, you need to use this addition property. There is no question for today. The practice batch, it will just a beginning class. So you'll get this, that's why I have not categorically teach you one particular topic. It is like a mixed thing. That's why. I've told you you just need to ask the support or go to the website. You have seen the link, you will see the link of books and you can buy from there. IMABC and PYQ is enough. I think it's enough. If you have more time, then you'll go for the other things, but this is sufficient. If you have finished this thing, then we will discuss what next you can do. But after that, you have mocks also, right? So you have to go through the mocks and everything. So that's fine. Thank you, Harsh. Thank you very much. Soft copy is not available. It is only the hard copy for the books. Soft copy you will get in the dashboard. First, to improve your efficiency, improve your understanding, then go for speed, not before that. Application class is not exactly live class. It is basically no one will be there in the screen, but it will be most like a posting kind of thing. So you will see like how this class works. IIMs has a much more bigger reputation, but some IITs are absolutely amazing. Like IIT Bombay is like next to great. Is it good? Numbers, I hope, will be taught by me. Yes, please go through the equation basics. Please go through the non-engineering videos. How to strong the quant topics, like please start with non-engineering videos and practice. Practice the only thing. And that makes a man or a woman perfect. Yes. Okay guys, I'm signing it off. Today. We will see you guys in the class on Monday. Buckle up. Kursi ke peti bandh lo. We will have a nice and great time. I hope you will enjoy everything. And I hope you enjoy today's session as well. And I hope to see you guys very soon. So see you guys. Good night. Take care. Stay safe. Be strong and be prepared.